Hello, my name is Karen Batty. I'm a senior director with the Pampered Chef. And first, I want to say Happy New Year. And secondly, congratulations on becoming the CEO of your own Pampered Chef business. Yay! Woo! All right. So on today's training, we're going to cover, first of all, what's in it for you? There are a lot of incentives going on right now that you can take advantage of, and I'm going to review those because that might influence how many parties you decide to do with your business. And then I'm going to be covering what to do while you're waiting for your kit to get off to a strong start. Okay? So first of all, let's talk about the incentives. Right now, it is January 2nd, 2016. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you were one of the people who signed in the month of December. And that means you signed during what I call the perfect storm month of business. There's never a bad time to get started, but every once in a while there is an amazingly terrific time, and December is one of those times. First of all, you get an extra 30 days to earn these things called PC dollars. PC dollars are to Pampered Chef like what Disney dollars are to Disney. We earn these in addition to our commission, okay? Normally, you have, a new consultant has 90 days. You have 120 days to scoop up as many PC dollars as you can. You might be thinking, okay, what do I use PC dollars for? Well, you can use them for additional paperwork and products. And here's how you earn them. For every $12.50 in sales that you submit, you're going to get 100 PC dollars. Now, the national show average is almost 550. I just heard the other day we've gone up. So that means basically for every 2.5 parties that you do, you're going to earn 100 PC dollars. Now, multiply that out over how many shows you plan to do in the next 4 months, and that's how many PC dollars you can earn. Pretty cool, huh? If you're doing about 2 shows a week, you're probably going to scoop up 300 to 400 PC dollars a month, in addition to probably about $1,000 in commission. Pretty sweet for an 8 to 10 hour work week, right? Now, the other way we earn these PC dollars is by recruiting, adding people to our team, because we earn money in 2 ways. We sell products and we invite other people to join our teams. And when we do, we get a raise. And for every person that you add to your team in your first, normally 90 days, but you guys get 120, you're going to get another 100 PC dollars. And like I said, the number of PC dollars that you are allowed to earn in those 120 days is unlimited. So go for it. Now, that's just one incentive that you guys get right now. Another one is the all-purpose pot. When you sell, this is an amazing product. It's valued at over $200. It's a lifetime guaranteed. And as soon as you submit your first $12.50 in sales, as long as it's within your first 60 days, you're going to get that pot for free. Now, again, $12.50 in sales is about 2.5 shows. If you get that done in your first week of business, guess what? They're sending you that pot right away. That way you can take it to your other parties. People are going to look at it and they're going to try it out and they're going to say, oh, I need one of these in my kitchen. And they'll either purchase it or they'll book to get it for free or half price. So you want to get this thing in your kitchen as soon as possible. Now, another thing that's happening is every consultant in the nation, not just new people, are earning free spring products based on January sales. So guess what? Everything you're selling in January not only counts toward those PC dollars, toward your commission, and toward the all-purpose pot, but toward free spring products as well. When you sell just $7.50, that's like a show and a half, you're going to get about $60 worth of free spring products. When you sell $1,500, that's about 3 average parties. You're going to get about $175 worth of new spring products, in addition to PC dollars and your all-purpose pot.
And commissions.
And commissions. And if that's not enough, you get to start in the month, the 1 month of the year. Usually Pampered Chef only offers this incentive once a year, when hosts get double free products. We're consultants, people who invite the people over to their home to have a party. They are the hosts. Well, guess what? We always suggest that you start by hosting a kickoff party of your very own, where you are both the consultant earning the commission and the host getting the free products. And this month, oh my gosh, when you have a party in the first 15 days, you get a free food shopper. So there you go, add that to your kit right away. Plus an item is 60% off from the selection that they give you. Plus you have the opportunity to get double the free products. So you can be adding additional products to your kit right away with your first party. So imagine where your kitchen and your wallet could be in a few months from now. Wow, wow, wow. So I hope you're super excited. And if you have any questions, Jennifer, do you have any questions about what I've covered so far?
Oh my goodness, where do I start?
Well, just let that all wash over you. If anything needs clarifying, you can definitely follow up with me or Belinda later. Okay, so now you might be thinking, okay, well, this all sounds great. So where do I start? Okay, there are definitely some things you can be doing while waiting for your kit to arrive to help you get off to a strong start. First and
I've already been making phone calls for, trying to get people, hey, I just became a consultant. You want to book a show with me?
Okay. And you know what? That's where we start. We start by lining up parties. Now, there's a specific way that I recommend that we do that. And if you follow this system to the letter, you're probably going to get off to a fantastic start. And you'll probably keep the ball rolling. So here's what we recommend. First of all, and Jennifer, you're really big in the screen when you're moving. So if you,
Is she that big?
you've got a spot to settle down, that would be great, because then your face takes over the whole screen. And
She's outside.
yeah, walking around, getting some fresh air. Okay, so number one, you want to choose your kickoff party date. And I always recommend picking 2 dates shortly after your kit is due to arrive. Now, you're going to get a welcome email from the home office. It's going to tell you when your kit is due to arrive. It's about a week after you order the kit. So within a few days of that, you want to schedule, we recommend 2 kickoff parties, 1 weekday and 1 weekend. So you could do like a Thursday, Friday, or evening, and then maybe a Saturday or Sunday brunch. And you can send out 1 invitation with both dates. But you're not going to send out the invitation quite yet.
Okay.
But you are going to pick the dates before you start calling people. And the reason that is because your backup plan, if they don't want to have a party, is to have them come to your kickoff party. So this is the way it works. You pick out your 2 kickoff dates. And again, another good reason to be picking 2 dates is it increases the odds of people being able to come. If someone has a job and they work late into the evening, they'll come on the weekend. If they like to ski in January on the weekends, they'll come during the week. It definitely increases the odds of people being able to come. Also, you're going to get practice really close together, one right after the other. Because if you're like most consultants at your first show, some things are going to go well, and some things are going to get totally messed up. Not to worry, we pay you anyway and you won't get fired, because you are your own boss, and you can say, forgive me, and you'll say, yes, I will. Okay, fine. But right away, you'll be able to do another party, kind of work out some of those kinks. So that's why we suggest 2 parties. Now, the next thing is you want to kind of look at your calendar and figure out when you want to do parties and how many you want to do. Now, you are the CEO of your own business, so you get to decide what the right number of parties is for you. As a director, I'm not your boss. I'm not here to dictate what you do. That's up for you to decide. That being said, I strongly recommend 2 parties a week is what you book for your first month, at least. The reason why we suggest that is because, first of all, you want to get enough practice. I always say that learning to be a new consultant is kind of like learning how to drive a car. You got to get behind the wheel of the car. Jennifer, do you have a license?
Yes.
Okay. And if someone said to you, hey, I want to learn how to drive a car, but until I get good, I only want to drive once or twice a month, would you tell them, that's a great plan?
No, you need to.
Right. Exactly, because if you only drive once or twice a month, it would take forever to get comfortable. in fact, you probably never get comfortable because every time behind the wheel of the car would be like white knuckles, would be like your first time again. And the way to get to be a good driver is just to kind of drive as much as you can, right? Same thing with your business. And not every party that we schedule is held on the originally scheduled date. Sometimes people's work schedules change. Sometimes they get sick. If you live in New England, there's snow. Or in Idaho, there's snow, things like that. So if you book about 2 parties a week, that's 8 parties in a month, probably 6 of them will hold. And that's going to do things for you, a couple of things for you. Well, first of all, you're going to get all those incentives. You're going to get a pile of PC dollars. You're going to get your all-purpose pad. But also, you're going to get enough practice. So you're going to kind of get through that learning curve. So by the time your first month is done, you're going to feel pretty good. You're going to feel pretty solid in your business. You will also have seen enough people to get future business. So you didn't just say, oh, that was fun. Now what? You're going to, if you're doing about 6 parties in a month and there's maybe an average of 10 people there, you're going to see 60 people. It's going to give you the opportunity to get the future bookings that you want and need to keep your business going. So I always say to people, you don't have to know enough people to book the first 6 months of your business. What you want to do is pack the first month of your business. And the good news is lining up 8 is easy because 2 of them are your own. Poof. Okay. Now you only need 6 more. Okay. So where are those other 6 going to come from? What I suggest is ask 2 people who love you dearly, who would love to see you get off to a strong start. Ask them for a favor. The favor is not having a party with you because guess what? They are getting in on the best host bonuses of the year. The favor is the timing. Ask them if they'll have a few friends over the week following your kickoff dates. And notice I didn't say book a party. I said have a few friends over. Booking a party sounds like planning a wedding. Doesn't sound very fun, sounds like a lot of work. Having a few friends over sounds like having a few friends over. Sounds easy, sounds fun. So that's what you want to, you want to give those people a call, those 2 best buds, those people who do anything for you, and say, I need a favor. I'm in kidney failure and I need a kidney. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. And say, no, you're right, I am kidding you. I don't need a kidney. I just was wondering, I just got started with the Pampered Chef. And I'm looking to schedule some parties. I'm looking for some people who want to earn a ton of free product this month. What do you think about having a few friends over so I can practice on you? And can you do it in the week of? Give them that week. You don't have to say the kidney thing if that doesn't fit your personality. You can say it whatever way you want, but you don't want to say book a party. You want to say have a few friends over. Let them know the timing matters. You can say, my trainer told me it's really important that I fill this week because the week before is my kickoff party. And she says I'm probably going to get bookings from that. But people don't usually want to book the very next week. They usually want to wait a couple of weeks. So she said it's really important that I fill this week because I need to get practice each week in my training period so that I get off to a strong start. Again, like learning how to drive that car. You want to drive consistently. You want to get out there. When you explain the why behind it, those people are likely to say, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And unless there's something really major happening in their lives, they'll probably say, sure, I can have a few friends over. Make sure they know that how many people they have at this point doesn't really matter, okay? You just want to pack your bags twice a week for that first month. It doesn't matter whether there's 3 people there or 15 people there. So if they say, ooh, I'm not sure if I'll have a great turnout, I want you to say to them, you know what? My trainer said practice is the most important thing, whether I'm practicing in front of a handful of people or a house full of people. It's all really, really valuable. Make them feel good about the fact that even if they have a small party, it's going to be really helpful to you. And guess what? We're going to train you. We're going to give you ideas that you can share with them. So even though they think they're probably only going to have a small party, chances are they'll have a really good party, okay? All right, so Jennifer, do you know 2 people who would probably do anything for you and would say, sure, I'll have a few friends over that week following your kickoffs? Does that seem reasonable? Yeah? Okay, good.
Yep.
All right. So now you've got 2 shows of your own, 2 BFFs who agree to have some people over. You've already got 4 parties, and you only need 8 to really get off to a strong start. So what I suggest is you come up with a list of about 24 to 20 to 25 people, okay? Because Pampered Chef statistics show, and this is just direct sales, this is not just Pampered Chef, about 1 out of 6 people that you talk to about having a party will say yes. So if you want 4 more parties before the end of the month, 4 times 6 is 24. So about 20 to 25 people. Just kind of make a list of people you know. And I'm going to go through how to create a huge list way beyond the 24. But the initial 24 people, you know, you want to think of people that you know who love to entertain, people you know who love to cook, people you know who love you. Okay? And you give them a call and you say, I'm so excited. I've just gotten started with the Pampered Chef for the new year. I've got a new business. And it just happens to coincide with the best host bonuses that Pampered Chef offers. And I've got a spot for just 4 more people, and I wanted you to be one of the first people I called because. Fill in the reason. Because I know how much you love to cook. I know how much you love a bargain. I know how much you'd love to fill your kitchen with free stuff, or how much you love to entertain, whatever. Fill in the blank. So what do you think? I treated you to a Pampered Chef shopping spree, and you let me practice on you and your friends. And all. What do you think? Notice I want you to say, what do you think? Because that's an open-ended question. That's not, will you do it? It's, what do you think? Now, some people are going to say flatly, no, I don't do parties. It's going to be a very firm no. And what I want you to say to them is, oh, that's okay. But they're probably going to be a little apologetic. These are people you know. They're going to be like, no, 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 I don't do parties. No, 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 I'm so sorry. I'd love to help you, but. And then you can say to them, well, there's another way you can help me get started. And you don't have to have a party. And they're going to be like, great. What is it? And you say to them, I'm having a kickoff party. Actually, I'm having 2 of them. You tell them the dates and say, my trainer said the second best thing to help me get my business off the ground is if you can attend that and bring 2 or 3 people I've never met before, because my goal is to get the word out to as many people as possible. Okay? So they're not just coming and placing an order, they're bringing friends. And they're going to probably say, yeah, okay, I'll do that. They're going to be so thrilled. They're not being, you know, you're not twisting their arm to have a party. They're probably going to be pretty thrilled to bring some people to your show. And they're going to think, okay, who do I know that loves to cook? Who do I know that loves these kind of things? And they're going to handpick people who, more than the general population, need and want Pampered Chef products. The other thing you can ask is, if I gave you a catalog, could you bring it to work to see if anybody needs anything? Okay, so that's your backup plan if people don't want to have a party and they are a firm no. Now, when you say to people, what do you think? Only a few of them are going to be very firm no's. Some of them are going to be yeses. And in that case, you want to have your available dates ready. Say, terrific, I've got this date and this date. Do either of those work for you? Offer them 2 dates that work for you. If those 2 days don't work, offer them another. And that's why you want to look at your calendar ahead of time and know what dates you have available. Don't say, oh, I'm wide open. No, no, no. That makes it really hard for them to choose because there's 365 days in a year. Oh my goodness, what's going to be the perfect one? You know, when you call the doctor's office, they give you the date and the time that the doctor's available. You are the CEO. Take control of your calendar. Offer them 2 dates. It makes it much easier for them and easier for you. Now, when you say to those people, what do you think? A lot of them are not going to be absolute yeses or absolute nos. They're going to be that gray area in the middle. They're going to be, well, I'd love to, but I don't think I can, or I can't because. And they are going to probably have a hesitation. Jennifer, what do you think some people's hesitations might be to having a party in January?
Having people over.
What about having people over?
I know a lot of people that don't like to have company,
Okay.
or neighbors, have a problem with them have company, things like
Okay. The three most common hesitations we hear are, I'd love to have a party, but I don't have the time. Sometimes they have to clean their house and that's too much work. Or they think this is going to be like planning a wedding and they just envision that's going to be a lot more work than it is. Number two, it's I don't know enough people. And number three, I don't think I have the space. Those are the three common hesitations we hear. But if you're hearing, I don't like to have people over, if they live locally to you, you could offer to have it at your place. Say, you know what, you don't want to have people at your place? How about have them at my place?
Or a friend's.
Or a friend's place. Or, yes, because the ultimate or the universal solution to almost any hesitation is buddy up with a friend. Okay, so if they say, I don't know enough people, you could say to them, first of all, you could say, well, you know what? It's my first month of business. And my trainer said she doesn't care whether it's a big show or a little show. As long as I'm packing my bags and getting practice, that's all really valuable. So I need big shows and little shows. Do you want to be one of my little shows? Okay. Or how about buddying up with a friend and you're each inviting? Okay. If they say my house is too small, you say, you know what? My trainer says I need little shows and big shows. As long as I get practice, it's incredibly valuable. I need big shows and little shows. You want to be one of my little shows? Just have a few friends over to your small house. Or can you buddy up with someone who has a bigger place? Or if they say, I don't have the time, say, you know what? It's not a lot of time to have a few friends over because I need big shows and little shows. My trainer says the most important thing is that I'm just packing my bags and get a practice. So this doesn't have to be some huge ordeal. Just a few friends over for a fun recipe. I need big shows and little shows. You want to be one of my little shows? Or do you want to buddy up with someone? Okay, so those are kind of the universal solutions. When people have hesitations, especially when you're new, when they say, I don't know if I have enough time, I don't know if I know enough people, I don't know if my house is big enough. What they're really saying is, I don't think I'll have a good show for you, and then you won't get off to a strong start, and it's going to be all my fault. They feel like your success is riding on their shoulders, and they're nervous. So if you explain to them that practice is incredibly valuable, whether it's in front of a few people or a lot of people, then they're going to feel good about helping, even if their party isn't huge. And guess what? Every party is valuable. And I'm not kidding you. The most important thing you can do in your first month of business is get practice with your products in front of people, whether it's a few people or a lot of people. Okay? So if you pick about 20 to 25 people to reach out to personally, I don't suggest texting this conversation. If you usually text people, I would text them and say, I have exciting news. Do you have time to talk? If you're young, they'll think you're pregnant and they'll be like, oh, boy or girl.
everybody knows me knows that I'm broken.
Jennifer doesn't have to worry about that, nor do I, or Belinda. If you usually Facebook message people, message them on Facebook and say, I've got exciting news. Do you have a few minutes to talk? If the people you're calling are in my age group, just call them. They'll pick up the phone if they're home.
Right.
But you want to have a conversation because a lot of people are going to have hesitations, and it's really difficult to manage those through text or Facebook message.
Yeah. Okay? And you don't know their tone of voice either.
Right, and they don't know yours. And so when they hear your voice, it makes a big difference. It really does.
Yeah.
So you take a couple of days, this is a pocket of time business. You have to sit down for 2 hours and make calls or reach out to people. But you reach out to a few people in the morning, maybe a few on your lunch hour, maybe a few in the evening. Even late at night when you see that green dot, it's okay. If it's after 9 o'clock, but they've got a green dot, they're awake. So it's okay to say if you have a minute.
Right.
So over a couple of days, you reach out to those 20 or 25 people. And guess what? You're probably going to have 4 of them on average say yes to a party in January. Many more of them will say yes to coming to your party with some people and bringing a catalog into work with them or around wherever they go. If you do that, you're going to have 8 parties in your first month. Probably 6 of them will hold. you'll get bookings from your initial parties, and we're going to talk to you about having a drawing at your initial party, at your kickoffs. But you can imagine that then you can ride the wave because you're seeing enough people. Then you will have what we call a self-sustaining calendar. That means however many parties you have in your on the books one month is probably how many you will have the next month, because you will get bookings from those parties. Okay?
Yeah.
1 out of 6 will say yes. They won't all book in the same month because they sometimes know each other, so they might spread it out. Again, not all parties hold, so if we book 8, we'd hold 6. If you see about 60 people, that's about 10 bookings. They won't all be in the next month because they know each other, but probably 8 of them will be. Probably 6 of them will hold. So book 8, hold 6, book 8, hold 6. However many parties you want to do in a month, add 2, and that's how many will hold. And probably that's how many will hold going forward. So the way to get off to a strong start is figure out how many parties is right for you based on what kind of income you want or what kind of time you have to put into the business, and then add 2 to that and book from there. Okay. All right. So any questions about that so far, Jennifer?
I do. I have a show being held with Belinda on the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
I had previously, her and I have been touching upon, me doing this for probably about better part of 6 months now.
You decided to take the leap. Great. So is that going to be a kickoff party?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, I guess so.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
There you go. That's perfect timing. Yeah. And you know what? You can do a second one as well if you'd like, within a couple of days. And again, doesn't have to be anything huge or fancy as long as you're getting the word out. Because probably, Jennifer, I'm guessing a lot of the people that you've invited can't come on the 8th. Well, if you had another date for them, as an option, they might be able to come to that. Or, of course, have a party of their own.
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's one girl that I had talked to that's coming to the show.
Mm-hmm.
She wants a new pots and pans, and Belinda knows my story about pots and pans.
She definitely wants to have a party. Definitely should have a party.
I said, Sarah, you come to my show, you see what it's like, then you can book your show.
Excellent.
And she's one of those ones, I don't know enough people. Okay, I dropped her off a catalog last night, and she was like, okay, I'll bring it into work and see how interested people are. I said, there you go.
And when people say, I don't know enough people, I say to them, how many people do you think you know?
Right.
And I wait, and they go, and I say, now, this isn't how many people do you think will come to your Pampered Chef party. This is how many people do you know? Because they can bring it to work. They can throw it on Facebook. They can text the link to family and friends who might live out of state. And when I remind them of that, and I let them know that just 5 orders are all that's needed on average to make it a party, and they are guaranteed a set of cookware at half off, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can get 5. So I ask them, rather than trying to talk people into it, I ask them, how many people do you know? Everybody knows people. They are just not sure how many people they know that would want to come to a Pampered Chef party.
Yeah.
So try that with her too. Say,
more with outside orders than I was with people coming to my show.
Yes. In fact, Pampered Chef did research. 51% of the orders on every show come from people who can't attend.
Yay.
More than half the orders are coming from people who can't attend. So yeah, we don't want to miss out on those outside orders. It's half the party right there, usually.
Linda calls me her outside order queen.
Yeah.
Yep, here we go. Okay. So, so the most important thing while you're waiting for your kit is get those parties lined up. You want to be in very close contact with your recruiter and your director during this time period. We expect to hear from you almost daily. Okay, this doesn't have to be long conversations. Text us, email us, call us. Let us know about the conversations you're having. Let us know what you're hearing so we can give you strategies and words to say. Okay? This is really, 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 really important. We can help you solidify those dates. We need to hear about the conversations. We need to hear what you're hearing, what people are saying, what you're saying back, and then we can give you some words to say so that you can call those people back and say, you know, I was thinking about your situation, and I thought of an idea that maybe could work for you. Can I run it by you?
Yeah.
You want to be like peanut butter and jelly with your trainer in the first week or two of your business, okay? Until you get the parties, however many parties you want in the calendar, add two to account for the cancellations or postponements that naturally happen, and then glue yourself to our sides until you're there, okay? Because the strategy that I gave you is just the tip of the iceberg. There are plenty of other ways to fill your calendar. This is the way that works for most people. But if we need to, we'll dig down deeper, okay? All right, so the other thing while you're waiting for your kit to arrive is, okay, so after you've called those 20 people or so and lined up your dates, now get the word out to everyone you know. Now, who's everyone you know? We recommend making a Franks list, Franks, and each letter stands for something else. So you want to just take out a piece of paper or whatever you take notes on. If you're young, get out your iPad or whatever. I'm a paper and pencil gal. F stands for friends. You just want to list all of your friends. Now, just anyone that comes to mind, not just ones that you see every day, and not just ones that live locally, and not just ones who are female. All your friends. Men, women, people who love to cook, people who hate to cook, local, long distance, people you saw yesterday, people you haven't seen since high school. Look and remind yourself of all the people you know on Facebook. Look at your cell phone. Look at all your contacts in there. Remind yourself of all the people you know. R stands for relatives. Again, not just the ones that live locally, not just the female ones. Men, women, relatives who are local, relatives who are far away. Long distance people can do catalog parties or virtual parties via Zoom, like this, or via Facebook. The A stands for acquaintances. This is huge because most of the people they know are outside of your family and friend circle. So you definitely want to invite acquaintances to your kickoff party. Huge, huge, huge business builder. Those are people that you see, but you might not have their personal contact information. So it's the people that you see at the coffee shop when you get your morning coffee. It's people you see at the grocery store, at the bank, the tellers at the bank. The people that you see at the gym or your yoga studio. The people that you see at, at your eye doctor, your dentist office. Not just the dentists themselves, but everybody who works in those offices. Think of the places that you go besides work in an average week or month, and think of the people that you see there. You can print out invitations and take them out with you and hand them out to those folks that you see. This is huge, acquaintances. N stands for neighbors. These are not just the female neighbors that you know well. These are all your neighbors. You can print out invitations and put it in every neighbor's mailbox. Unlike a birthday party where, everybody invited really needs to know the person having the birthday, and then they need to buy a gift for the person having the birthday. This is just a Pampered Chef party. They don't even really need to know you. They just have to love Pampered Chef. And you never know which neighbor just had, something break in their kitchen, and they're like, oh, I can't wait to get invited to another Pampered Chef party so I can get that thing replaced, right? And all of a sudden they get invited to yours. And it's a great way to get to know your neighbors in a really easy way, because it's not like you're sitting across the table over a cup of tea one-on-one going, what am I going to talk about with this person? They're being invited to a Pampered Chef party. They walk in, there's Pampered Chef products out, there's food. Everybody has food in common. So you know what? Invite every neighbor that you've got. Put an invitation in every neighbor's mailbox. Now, if some of your neighbors are creepy, skip the creepy ones, okay? But invite all the rest. Okay, and then the K stands for kids. If you have kids, people that you know through your children. If your kids are young and go to daycare, think of the other daycare parents or the daycare provider. If your kids are in school age, like activities, sports, soccer, think of the other soccer parents. Think of their babysitters. Think of their teachers. Think of the people you know through your kids' schools. Their friends' parents. If your kids are in their 20s, oh my gosh, invite them and tell them to bring all their friends along because they need everything that you're offering right now. If you don't have kids, skip over that one.
I have kids.
Spouse,
You know,
spouse or significant other. If you have a spouse, think of your spouse's frank list. Think of your spouse's friends.
oh my
Your
head.
spouse, your spouse's acquaintances, your spouse's
Relatives.
relatives, neighbors, coworkers, things like that. If you don't have a spouse, think of a significant other, a significant person in your life who would love to help you get your business off the ground and help them come up with a Frank's list of people to invite with you, okay? So you should easily be able to come up with an enormous list. Don't prejudge.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a letter for each page.
Exactly. And that's great. And you know what? You might not be able to personally reach out to each one of these people. You're going to personally reach out to about 20 to 25 to get those other parties in place. And you're just going to invite the world. But you're going to keep track of this list because in a couple of weeks or a month or something, over time, you're going to be reaching out to these people. This is going to let this list evolve. Just add names as you think of them and reach out as life allows. Like I said, this is a pocket of time business. You can reach out when you've got a few minutes here and there, when you just happen to be thinking about someone, send them a text. Happy New Year. Ask them, what's new with you? And when you ask them that, they'll tell you, and then they'll probably say, what's new with you? Or if someone's asking you, what's your New Year's resolution? Say, I didn't make a resolution. I started a new business. Okay?
My box. That was my resolution.
Yeah, be your own boss. You'll be the best boss you ever had. Okay? All right. So, some other things to do while you're waiting for your kit besides line up your parties and get the word out. When you get the email from the home office, your day 30 and day 90 will be on there, although you guys now get a day 60 and a day 120. Those days will be on there. Mark them in your calendar. Those are important dates to remember. Okay, $12.50 in commissionable sales is $12.50. It's not $12.49. And your day 60 and your day 120 is not your day 61 or your day 121. These things are black and white. There are absolutely no exceptions. So you want to make sure you have those dates written down. This is not based on when parties are held. It's based on when you press the send button and submit those parties. Okay? If incentives are important to you, really important, let your director know what incentives are really important for you so we can help you stay on top of things. We're not your bosses, so we're not here to tell you what you need to do. But if you say, this is what's really important to me, we're going to help you with that. So let us know what incentives, whether it's just income or whether it's PC dollars, that all-purpose pot, whatever it is, let us know about it.
That's that new pot, right?
The all-purpose pot, yes, it's brand new, and you can earn that in your first 30 days.
I see. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then, like I said, free spring products. If that's important, let us know. Okay. Also, in your welcome email is going to be your consultant number. That's
She's
important.
got it.
That down to, yeah.
Email.
Add to it on the inside of your eyelids. Okay. You're going to use that consultant number to sign in to a special place on the Pampered Chef website called Consultant Corner. You're going to sign in there with your consultant number, and then you have access to all the training materials. They've just revamped the training part of the website. It is amazing. There'll probably be a direct link in your welcome email. In fact, Jennifer, if you can forward us your welcome email so we can see what you guys are seeing now that they changed the training part of the website, that would be really helpful to us so we know what people are seeing when they get that welcome email. So go and start going through the training. They're 15, 20-minute little segments. So again, this is a pocket of time business. You can do that at any time you want that works for you. And it could be 2 o'clock in the morning when you're like so excited. You can't sleep. You can get some training.
So it's probably going to be between 11 and 2.
Yes, you can do that. When my kids were young, my office hours once a week were like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. because it was the only time that was quiet in my house. I didn't do it every night of the week because I would have been too tired to get up in the morning with my kids. But once or twice a week, I stayed up late. And you know what? It worked. It worked. You set your own hours. The other thing is you want to get your personal website up and running. That will only take about 5 minutes. Do that right away because then you can set your parties up on your website. You can set your kickoff parties up there and you can invite through the website. And when you book parties with your friends, you can set their parties up there and then they can go on and invite their friends through the website. Then people can also order online through those parties. Even before you get your kit, before you ever get a catalog to pass out to people, people can be shopping on your personal website. So start that up right away and get that going. Another thing that you want to do, and this is really quick and easy too, change the message on your voicemail. When you call my house, you hear, "Hi, you've reached Karen Batty." Excuse me. You've reached the Batty family and Karen Batty with the Pampered Chef. It's free advertising. Put it under your signature line on your email too. Independent Pampered Chef Consultant. This is all free advertising. Another thing to do during this week is open up a separate, simple checking account for your business. This does not have to be a business account that costs you money. A simple free checking account. By the way, bring a catalog into the bank with you. When I went to open up my Pampered Chef bank account many years ago, the person who helped me open up the account scheduled the party, had many parties over the years, and then signed up and became a consultant on my team. If you're local, you meet her. Nancy is her name. Anyway, bring a catalog with you to the bank, okay? Open up a separate bank account because if you're having a couple parties a week or whatever, you come home with all that cash and checks, if you deposit it into your family checking account, oh, you're going to forget like what money is yours and what money needs to go to Pampered Chef. So you want to keep that separate so that you can submit those parties and then Pampered Chef will pay you and they'll pay you into that account and then you can switch it into your regular account, your family account. Now, after you open up your separate checking account, you want to apply for the direct deposit. Again, that's on the website. That just takes 2 minutes to apply for that in that same area. You're also going to apply for the thing called the Pampered Chef Payment Order Account. It's basically like a debit card, but you can't use it in the world. It is just for transactions between your computer and Pampered Chef. For the first 2 months of your business, you can use any debit or credit card to submit your parties. See, when you get paid, people are going to pay by credit or debit. Pampered Chef will run those, but some people are going to give you cash and checks. You're going to take those. You're going to deposit them into your account. When you go to submit a party, Pampered Chef is going to say, you owe this much, and it's going to be amount of the people who paid by cash and checks. And then you can put in either a personal debit or credit card to cover that. You will have already collected the money for that. But after 2 months of business, you have to use the Pampered Chef payment order account. Don't leave it till 2 months. You'll forget all about it. Just do it as soon as you've got the account set up. Get right on there, get the direct deposit, and get the payment order account card lined up. Okay? So this might sound like a lot, but most of these things probably only take about 5 minutes, and this training is being recorded, so you can listen to it a few times and take notes. So you can say, oh, yes, have a little checklist. Yes, I opened my account. Yes, I put my Pampered Chef voicemail. I've added Pampered Chef to my voicemail. I've added it to my email. Then you'll feel really accomplished as you just go down your checklist of things.
And I've already emailed her the checklist.
Oh, fantastic. Perfect.
Yep.
So you should be good to go then. So that's
Emailed it, loaded it.
I'm just going to look over my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, I did. I missed something big. Pampered Chef has what's called Fast Track. You can earn up to an extra $2,000 cash bonus. If you think that 2 parties a week is a good pace for you, because it's only about an 8 to 10 hour work week, that is on track for what we call Fast Track. If you achieve directorship, that's just 5 people added to your team in the first 90 days of your business. And actually, you guys get 120 days. That is way more than enough time. Then you can be a fast track director and get a $500 cash bonus. And then if you meet other criteria, it's upwards of a $2,000 cash bonus. We just had someone achieve fast track last month, and we've got other people on the wings, and those people who are on track for it, and they only had 90 days. You, if you signed in December of 2015, have an extra 30 days. Plenty of time. If you are even slightly curious about this, ask your trainer about it, okay? It's definitely reasonable to do if you've got 8 to 10 hours to put into your business each week and work closely with us with intention. Okay. All right. So let me look. Oh, look, it's, I expected this call to be an hour and I still have 10 minutes left. So just to review, those incentives, you've got lots of them. PC dollars, an extra 30 days, the all-purpose pot, free spring products. You get in on double the free products as the host when you are the host and the consultant at your kickoff party. Okay, and commission. I don't even know how many dipping that is. It's way more than double or quadrupling it. Okay, line up the parties. That's the most important thing. You don't have parties, you're not earning anything. All you did is get a good deal on a kit, okay? Line up the parties. Glue yourself to your director. Be in really close contact with us. Peanut butter and jelly until those parties are lined up. We want to hear about the conversations that you're having so we can help you with strategies. Come up with that Frank's list. Be reaching out to people to get those parties in place. Open up the checking account. Apply for the direct deposit and the payment order account. Put Pampered Chef on your voicemail. Put it on your tagline in your email.
And go to the meetings.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Belinda. All right. Let me tell you about the upcoming trainings. If you are local to the New Hampshire area, Tuesday, January 5th is the cooking show training night. Okay. And then even if you're not local to me, Business Basics, Tuesday, January 19th via Zoom, just like this. The cooking show training night will train you on what to do at the cooking show from the time you walk into that party till you leave, from greeting the guests through order processing. If you're not local to me, one has been recorded, or go to view a show of a seasoned consultant. That's the best way to get that kind of training. On the 19th, that's Business Basics. That's all the stuff we do behind the scenes to get off to a really strong start. Remember I said some of your friends are going to say, I don't know that many people, and I told you, oh, just tell them a small show is fine, but we're going to train you on ideas to share with them so they have a great party. That's some of what we're going to be training you on the 19th. Super, super important. Most people are so concerned about what they're doing at their parties, but really what we do behind the scenes, it doesn't take that much time, but it almost has a bigger impact on our business than what we're doing at the parties. Because once we're there, people are just playing with products and buying stuff. I mean, it just kind of takes on a life of its own. The products really do sell themselves. But getting people through the door is what's key. And it comes down to what we do behind the scenes. So mark your calendars for those things, and keep in touch with your director. And again, congratulations and Happy New Year. So excited for you. When I got started, they didn't have any of these incentives going on. I thought, I want to quit and start over and be you. So please take full advantage of these incentives and have fun.
And she will be at our monthly meeting on January 11th.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that, to tell them that. And we, our local sales meetings for New Hampshire is generally on the second Monday of the month. However, that's a little different in February. So we got January 11th, and in February it's different because Pampered Chef on the 1st of February is unveiling the whole new spring product line. So we've changed the meeting date to the 1st of February. And then we've got a super, super duper surprise on February 20th. So be ready for that. If you are anywhere near New Hampshire, you want to drive out here or maybe even fly out here on January 20th, but more news
I'm
later.
New Hampshire, so.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording now. If you are watching this recording at a later date, now's the time to email your director. Say, I listened to that call, and schedule a time to follow up within 24 to 48 hours so we can talk with you, answer any questions you might have, and help you get the ball rolling with your business. Okay.